before I ask this question, I don't want to make assumptions. Are you guys like actually into MMA, like UFC and things? Yeah, I don't want to assume before I ask the next question.
Yeah, I am.
Uh,
I did MMA classes a few times, like probably about a year,
hmm
and yeah, I enjoy it.
Okay. So, what do you guys think are the fundamental basics to learn for somebody who's trying to get into MMA? Because I feel like everybody's focused on A, wrestling, and B, jujitsu, which I think is a good start, but people keep forgetting karate, taekwondo, the different. I think you need boxing for stand up. I personally grew up doing karate, so I feel like that's a good stance. And GSP was one of my favorite fighters, like watching UFC in the earlier days and throughout the early 2000s, because no one could
Yeah.
figure out his style because he had that weird karate stance. Him and Lyoto Machida. So I don't understand why nobody tries to replicate that. But what do you guys think are like the fundamental bases to start with if you want to get into MMA?
I definitely think Taekwondo is a huge like foundation because whenever I took MMA classes, our instructor would just be like, Taekwondo is like a good foundation to like want to do MMA. I think karate also might be a good foundation as well. I've done a few karate classes, before, probably like 3 or 4 times in my life, and I will say Taekwondo actually does more kicks and counters
Hmm.
than like karate does, which was interesting. I think probably the least one I would say might be Tai Chi, but then again, I don't know much about it. I just know like what I've seen like on online or something. I never taken it before, but I would probably say that might be the weakest. I'm also not like a
Okay.
huge ground person. I really love striking.
Yeah, me too. But I feel like more people focus now on wrestling and ground and pound. It's not the flashiest thing. People boo like a lot when they're watching that and they see people wrestle. Like I get it, but I understand MMA as a discipline. So like I still get excited when people wrestle because I know ground
Yeah,
control. I know switches. I know turning things into armbar and submission. So that stuff gets me excited. Like just the talents, knowing what to do in that situation. I know people just want to see fast action and striking, and I think people they come from boxing and start watching MMA, so that wrestling part gets boring. But to me, I can never be bored with that.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely think it's needed, especially like if you want to do MMA, you should know how to work the ground because if you don't, you're screwed. Like if someone gets you like on the ground, like and you don't know how to get out of it, then it's like, what are we doing? Like if they're like on you, then you can't get out because you weren't trained in that way. So it's like I think it is very much needed. Like
Yeah,
opposed to like striking, I
that,
enjoy striking more because it's more flashy and I
yeah,
love like manipulating the joints and like knee strikes and elbows and all that. Like I enjoy that more.
that's what I love. Like people living a limb out there and knowing what to do with it, but people be like, "Oh, all he did was out wrestle him, and all he does is wrestle. He should stand." And my thing is like, if you don't like it, stop it. You don't know how to stop it. Don't
Yeah,
complain. He's doing what he or she has an advantage of. How can you blame them from doing that?
yeah, exactly. If you know it, use it.
Yeah. What about you, Colin?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not into MMA, but but if I have to say, Taekwondo and karate is a perfect way to start, and I got that from Wade.
Yeah, because I feel like no one's ever been able to. I mean, GSP went from karate. That was his ultimate thing. Then he started wrestling, and I noticed he kind of changed his stance. But when he first came out, him and Machida had these. I mean, for lack of a better word, weird, but it's because unique is a better word. These karate stances that people could just not figure out until finally they did. But people could not. If you watch Machida's early fights and you watch GSP, nobody could figure them out. And I just feel like why isn't anybody going back to those karate basics?
Yeah, like I when I was in high school, I used to wrestle in high school, so like I learned a little bit of the ground. Like look at Brock Lesnar. Like when he went to UFC, like he was like a pound for pound wrestler, like the 2000 NCAA champion. So like he was really good at working the ground. Like he was explosive, like insanely good. But yeah,
Yeah, unfortunately, CM Punk wasn't able to translate his success to the octagon.
no
Yeah,
comment.
and I think he was. I think he. I think he made brown belt in jiu-jitsu. He just wasn't. He should have started more in the amateur. I think they just signed him because of his name value to UFC, and he just wasn't ready for it. People forget the UFC is the highest there is in
Yeah.
terms
He was
of
also
that.
like 45 or something, wasn't he?
Something like that, yeah. Because
Well,
he's
he's
what,
like
49
48.
now.
Yeah, he's like 48 now. And
Oh,
that
it's
was like
probably in his
10 years ago. So
okay,
Yeah,
so he's
probably
probably in
like
his like mid to
35,
late
36.
30s.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right.
All right,
Okay.
sorry, JJ. I didn't mean.
No,
You can see my love of MMA coming out.
it's
Yeah.
hey, trying to talk more martial arts with them. I'm loving it. So,
What's your